and welcome back to a new video. My name is Jade Shinya and I help people reclaim back their power physically, mentally and spiritually, as well as exposing very disturbing truths. So today is going to be an extension kind of connected to the Balenciaga drama story that I've done previously. And this is more so exposing celebrities that are connected to it. And the first one is going to be Nicole Kidman, and mainly her deceased father, Dr. Anthony Kidman. Now, Nicole Kidman is under fire because she is actually one of the main models that was in the Balenciaga campaign that was, you know, disgusting and caused this whole drama. So she kept the photo, and as well as I'm aware, it's still up, of the campaign on her Instagram. And she's not said a word about it at all. So just crickets from her. Even though all this pressure has been on her and so many people have been like questioning her, but she doesn't give a shit and she's left the photo and just continues like nothing's happened. Typical celebrity style, because these people are like puppets and they're not allowed to have an opinion. They're not allowed to say the truth. But with her, it's more sinister than that. And I believe it's because she herself is 100% part of the cult also. So to give further proof and evidence of this, we need to look at her father, who he is. So her father is Dr. Anthony Kidman, and he died very unexpectedly in 2014. And he was basically accused of being in an elite paedophile ring in Australia, in Sydney. So yeah, he's deep in that, or was. And it's very interesting because, of course, Nicole Kidman is a top Hollywood actress. So many people that are like elite in Hollywood are all part of this shit. You know, they're all connected. They're all into very, very shady things. And they're all controlled. They're all under oath and they can't expose it. But remember, Nicole Kidman was in the movie Eyes Wide Shut. And that movie perfectly exposes what was left of it, because they had to cut loads of scenes out, by the way, but that's a whole other story, without the director wanting to. But basically, that movie exposes what these people get up to behind closed doors in regards to other things that goes on, you know, their secret private parties. But again, that's just one snippet of what actually goes on. It's far worse than what you see in that film, because in that film there was no children involved, from what I can remember. It's just adults. But the real horrors is children are always involved, more so in that as well, in real life. So what's interesting about Anthony Kidman, he was actually a doctor. So he was a psychologist and a hypnotherapist. Surprise, surprise, how convenient, right? So with him, he was also accused of hypnotizing children. So this is called MK Ultra as well. So he was used to do this, and this is why he knew how to do hypnotherapy, so he could brainwash and hypnotize people, victims, to not speak out, to not expose the whole cult itself, the ones that survived anyway. So a woman came forward after he died called Fiona Barnett, and she released a statement basically accusing him of this, saying that him and other people in the Australian government and top officials were all part of this satanic pedo ring that would rape, torture, kill, and obviously molest children. And she did go to the Australian police about this. But of course, surprise, surprise, nothing got done about it. Because what people don't understand with these people is, because they're like multi-billionaires, trillionaires even, they have so much power that they are above the law, a lot of them. So they just pay people off to keep silent, and even threaten them as well. Because in the past, many journalists, police, you know, private investigators have been killed or threatened to be killed, or their family to be killed, if they expose them, if they publish stories, etc. You know, these people have so much power, you know, on earth in these ways that they can easily manipulate and blackmail people to keep stum, so they can hide their very, very sinister secrets. So of course nothing got done with that. even though they said they would investigate it, as they always do, because I'll do more videos on this, many other celebrities have come forward who again said, who were, you know, victims as children, who went to the police and nothing got done about it. And for those of you who don't know, as well as America, Australia is top territory for Satanists, elite Satanism. So much goes on in that country, as well as here in England, you know, mainly the capital and certain areas of America. And another very interesting thing, as a side note, is when you translate Balenciaga from Latin to English, it perfectly translates as do what you want, which is the main satanic law. Do what thou will. And this is why they do extremely sinister, taboo, disgusting things, because they do anything and everything that they want, no matter how perverted or wrong or bad or negative that it may seem to society and the normal world. Because they truly believe in that they should just do whatever they want without consequence. And it is literally when you separate the words into Bao, Len, and then Si, and then Aga. Do what you want. So it's like, you can't make this shit up. Like, it is so obvious, and they put this straight in your face. So this is why you have to decode these things, like I said in the other video. As uncomfortable it is to expose and talk about these things, it's so important to do so and to learn about occultism and symbolism. Otherwise, if you are buying these products, you are basically creating soul ties to these people. It's now an energy exchange. So you're literally giving them your money in return for their products. So it's like you are now taking a piece of that darker energy. You are now connecting your soul, your aura, to that frequency, which is the lowest, most darkest frequency ever. So that now becomes a part of you. So this is why it's so important to be completely disconnected from these brands and worshipping celebrities, because again, you are giving that celebrity your energy. So whenever people go like crazy and obsessed over celebrities or lust over them or love them or whatever, you are giving them your energy. That makes them more powerful because it's an energy exchange. This is what they want. So it's actually very draining for you because it is distracting you from truth, from you actually being on the path of light. The main goal and purpose for these celebrities is to distract you, is to brainwash you, is to keep you away from the truth, is to keep you like a little fucking slave, essentially. Now, another very interesting thing that I'll have to do a part 2 on my Patreon, because the things that I have found in regards to this man are so disgusting. They'll instantly be censored on YouTube. So I cannot show what this man is selling in this video. It will have to be on my Patreon because it's so fucking vile. But basically, another very interesting thing that came to light, and the reason why Salma Hayek, another actress, her husband, who is a French billionaire, he is basically the CEO of Balenciaga's parent company. So again, he is connected to Balenciaga, basically owns it, or partly, and he also sells very, very questionable, disgusting, pedophilic child art. So if you do want to see more on that, I will be doing a part 2 video on my Patreon, so please click the link in the description box below. As I cannot show the images, but it's basically extremely disturbing, and it just shows what these people actually, one, spend their money on, and two, what they're all part of. And it just shows how big this thing is, how all these celebrities are connected. They're all part of these, they all have these connections. It's like a big spider's web, and somehow they'll all be connected to these same pedophilic rings. And they're not just into that either. A lot of them are very obsessed with cannibalism, and that's another subject that I will be speaking on next time, because they're also starting to glamorize that. Have you noticed that? And on Netflix series with the Jeffrey Dahmer shit, they keep trying to normalize and put into the mainstream cannibalism, because that's another thing that they do heavily and they want people to partake in. So with these elites, they're trying to normalize all this sick satanic shit that they do, because it's so low vibrational that they want everyone to be on that very, very low, sinister, dark vibration. They want to normalize pedophilia, they want to normalize cannibalism, they want to normalize, you know, Satanism. All of these things are now starting to be seen in the mainstream world, in entertainment, on movies, Hollywood, you know, and music channels, especially videos, you know, everywhere. It's everywhere now. And people are becoming more and more and more desensitized to it. Because if we were exposed to all this shit that we are today, I'm a 90s baby, right? And you would see none of this shit in the 90s. And if you did, you'll be like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, this shit was not seen. It was very, very hidden. But I feel like it's important in a spiritual community that we're whole, because too many people within a spiritual community ignore this shit, and then they somehow find themselves into the very toxic, fake, spiritual, woke group that still worship celebrities, and they're just like, oh, they're just empowered. Like, they're completely blind to all of it. It's insane. It's like their third eyes are clearly not open because if it was, you would see through this shit. And you'll see through everything. And this is why you have to go down that rabbit hole. That is what enlightenment means. It means clarity. You have clarity over the truth of what is going on in the world. Your blindfold gets removed. So, and it's not nice, because the truth isn't all sunshine and rainbows like too many new agers want to, you know, pretend it is. It isn't. We live in a world of duality, because on earth, heaven can manifest, but so can hell. We have both frequencies, both energies. This is why Freemasons always use the checkerboards symbolism as well, because that represents the duality of this earth plane. Because we are in between the heaven and hell realms. There's many hell realms and there's many heaven realms. Again, I'll do a video on this soon. But we are basically in between. But we have the creative abilities to manifest what we want and desire. But you have to go within. But if you are blindsided and don't realize what these elites, you know, celebrities, these puppets are doing and what they're casting over your own mind, you won't be in the lights. You'll get sucked into their energy, their satanic world. You'll be seduced by it. So then your soul will never be free. Your soul will not experience true love, true peace, true empowerment, enlightenment, essentially. So it really is like, you know, good versus evil. It's basically a spiritual warfare going on, but between energies. And this is why you must realize these dark truths in order to see and heal yourself to become a high vibration. Otherwise, it's very, very easy to be seduced into the dark path. Very much so. And this is what these people are all about, but they take it way, way, way dark, which people have no idea about. So this is why it's important to expose it. But anyway, I will leave it there. So if you do want to join my Patreon, I'll link that down below in the description box as always. If you want one-to-one help, I offer oracle card readings, and I'm actually doing a Christmas sale. So I'm having about £20 off the usual price. So that will be until the end of the year. And you can actually book now and book your slot in, you know, January or whenever. So you don't have to have your session before, you know, the end of the year. So if you want to start off your new year with a session, you can do that. So I'll link that down below in the description box as always. If you want more help on how to open your third eye, I do have a free ebook as well. So that is also linked in there. And that's where I give you the tools of how you can actually clean and decalcify your third eye. So you too can see and decode the matrix. You can see these truths and have more clarity within your own life. So don't forget to like and subscribe and click the notification bell also, so you don't miss my future uploads. And until next time, my loves, I'm sending you so much love, so much light. Ahimsa.